Let's get started. So one thing that I forgot to mention was that you will need to have a light set of weights today. And depending on the mat that you have, my barrel slides around on my mat, and I have a little sticky pad underneath my barrel to kind of keep it from sliding. So you can have that under there as well. Because there will be times where we sit in front of the mat and place a little bit of pressure against the barrel. And you want to have your barrel about halfway onto your mat. You just want to make sure that there's a little bit of space either end. And we're going to start really basic with the 100. So come to sit on the very front of your spine corrector, and you want to have your tailbone sort of on that front lip. And it's almost like you're about to slide off. You're going to roll back. Now, once you're in this position, make sure that you can feel that connection between your rib cage and your tailbone on that spine corrector, and you're almost pulling into this little gap between yourself and the spine corrector. Bring both knees into your chest, find your C-spine or find your C shape, pull the abdominals in deeply. On your next inhale, reach the arms and legs out, make any adjustments that you need to so that you're not falling off, and we're going to start with the 100. Inhaling for 5 counts and exhaling for 5 counts. Deep breath in through the nose, exhaling all the way out. Notice if your spine wants to straighten out, and you're really going to think about pulling into that little gap between yourself and the spine corrector. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, you can always lower the legs just a little bit. Deep breath in through the nose, exhaling out. We have 5 more breaths left. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale all the way out. Pull those ribs into the spine corrector. Think about sending your tailbone under you to your knees. Give me one more cycle of breath. Inhaling through the nose, stretch those legs just a little further away. Find that challenge, and then bring everything into your chest. Hug it in. Pull the abdominals in, a reset if you need to. We're going straight into the single leg stretch. Right leg pulls into the chest, left leg reaches away, and we switch. And switch, good. Nice, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees in for the double leg stretch. Now in the first couple, we're going to pull the abdominals in, reach the legs forward, round over your barrel to go back. Open that chest, circle the arms around, and bring yourself in. Try to curl off that barrel as you come in. And again, inhale, reach back, stretch into the legs, circle the arms around, curl up, pull it in. Now next 3, stay curled up, reach the arms in line with your ears, legs out, and pull in. Try to go a little lower with your legs on each one. Pull the abdominals in a little deeper and straight into scissors. Legs up to the ceiling. Stretch your right leg out. Take it all the way down to the floor. Pull that top leg in and switch. Reach. So really get that stretch. Since we're up on this barrel, we can reach a little bit lower here. And then switch a little faster and stretch. Now you can keep reaching down or take it out at an angle, whatever gives you the most connection. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind your head. Lower the legs for 3 counts. Here's 1, 2, 3. Pull into the barrel to bring the legs up. And again, 1, 2, 3. Curl up with the upper body as the legs come up towards you. Last 3. Lowering down for 3 counts. Pull in for 1. Squeeze those heels together. Last 2. Really pull the abdominals in deeply. Last 1. Lower those legs. Pull it in. Crisscross. 1. And 2, and 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring both legs in, roll it up into a seated position for a moment, slide all the way back to the top of the barrel so that the legs are kind of out over the front lip of the barrel. Pull your abdominals in deeply, and to give me a spine stretch or just a reach forward. Inhaling as you reach, and sitting up nice and tall. So so like the spine stretch forward. And again, 2 more times. Reaching forward, try to aim for those toes. Maybe you go a little past those toes, but keep your belly pulling in and back, and then stack the spine to come up nice and tall. Last 1, just releasing the spine a little bit from being in that ab work. And pull in to sit up nice and tall. Take the hands behind you. Let your legs relax for a moment. Lift the chest. Take a counter stretch here. And we're going to go all the way back forward and go into another set of abdominal work or core work. Allow yourself to find that rounding again. You're gonna pull your elbows in to the side of the body this time. Press them against the barrel, and let's go into coordination. On your inhale, arms and legs reach forward. Press your fists against the edge of that barrel. Open the legs, close the legs. Pull in, keep pressing your fists into the barrel, and then elbows pull into the barrel to bend the arms. A little faster. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, open, close. Pull the knees in, pull the arms in. Inhale, exhale. Pull it all the way in, pull the arms in. One more, reach forward, open the legs, close the legs, bend the knees into the chest, curl up a little higher, bend the arms. Give yourself a little hug if you need that. Let your head go all the way back, opening the chest. Just a little counter stretch, chin comes back in, almost straight away. We're gonna go into our backstroke. Hands come into a diamond shape above the forehead. Inhale, arms and legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, circle arms and legs around. Find your 100 position, curl up just a little higher, and then bring it back in. And again, reach up. Pull those ribs into the barrel, even as you curl up just a little bit more, and bring it in. Last two, reach up, circle around, curl up just a touch, but pull your ribs behind you, and bring it in. Last one, circle around, reach for the knees, and bring it in. Reach your arms and legs long. Lay it over the barrel. We're gonna go into teaser in a moment. We just wanna take a really nice long full body stretch before we get there. Opening across the front of the hips. We're gonna take the arms out around to the side, hold on underneath your thighs, and roll it up one time. Slide back just a little bit for me so that you're more in the crease of that barrel. But you don't want to sink so low that you have to kind of balance into your sit bones. You're just not on that front edge anymore. Lift the legs up, and let's do a practice teaser here. Reach the legs out, hold on behind your thighs. Use that hold of the arms to pull the abdominals in. So you're wide with those elbows, slightly lifted, and you're really engaging those lower abs. Now you're going to try to keep this position find this again every time you come up. Find your teaser, arms reaching forward. Now slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself back over the top of that barrel. Reach the arms back in line with the ears and circle them around. Roll it up, find your teaser. Maybe you lift just a little higher into your teaser shape. And again, roll it down. Lengthen the arms back. Open out, opening up the front body, roll it up, pull into the barrel to roll up. Hold it at the top this time, lower the legs 3 times. 1, and lift, and 2, and lift. It's a small lower and lift. Last one, hold the legs, roll it back over the barrel, arms reach back, circle around to the side, roll it up, lift, try to come off that barrel if you can. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, lift those arms just a little higher, bend the knees. Sit it back on the barrel, reach the legs long. We do that spine stretch forward again 3 times. Reach into your heels, pull the belly in, stretch it forward. Sit up from your center all the way nice and tall. 2 more times. Reach it forward, stretch past those toes. Pull it all the way in to come up nice and tall. Last time. Really feel that stretch in your spine. Come all the way up. All right. Flip it over onto your belly. Now, if you don't have enough space, you can always slide your barrel back a little bit on your mat, but you want to have enough space in front of your large hump to bring your arms down to the mat. So just see how that feels on your mat. Good. Elbows are in nice and close to the barrel. And I find, the position of where you are in the barrel changes from body to body. I have to be just a little forward so that my belly is not on the barrel. It's sort of just off the barrel, but I know that some people like to be a little further back, so you can slide back a little bit if you want. Give yourself one stretch, and then bring the forearms all the way down to the mat. Now, if your elbows touch the barrel, pull into the barrel, but otherwise just imagine that they're pulling in. Legs are nice and long behind you. We're about to go into swan. First, we start just by lifting the legs, and then we lower the legs. And I want you to take your legs just a little further apart and stretch into your toes, lift the legs. See how that feels, the legs together versus legs apart. And I want you to choose what feels best for your body. If you have anything going on in your lower back, smaller range of motion. On your next inhale, Pull your abdominals off that barrel, lengthen the arms, look to the tip of your nose and try to stretch the tip of your nose past your fingertips as you lift the upper body and straighten the arms. And we pull into the mat, dragging the elbows towards the barrel to lower down, lift the legs up nice and long. And again, stretch your nose long past your fingertips to find that lift into swan. We're going super slow and we lengthen forward, lift from the legs to go forward. It's almost like you're doing a little seesaw motion. The legs have to lift in order for the upper body to lower down. We do one more of these. I want you to find a little bit more glute on each one. Lower yourself by lifting the legs, pulling the elbows in towards the barrel, really stretch into those legs, and lengthen through the arms to come all the way up into your swan. Nice long nose. You're gonna take one hand back to the barrel, step it back, and just round over your barrel, pulling the abdominals in, stretching your tailbone all the way down into your heels. Deep breath in here, exhale all the way out. Slide your barrel back just a little bit more for me. So just a touch. And we're gonna come to sit right at the front of the barrel. Now this is where you need your little weights in your hands, if you want them, right? If you don't like them, you can always throw them away, but I like them just to give a little bit of connection here. Sit up really nice and tall, pull the abdominals in deeply, and we're gonna go into rowing 3 and 4. Arms are out in front of us, pull the knuckles into the chest, and just test your distance from the barrel. Pull yourself into the barrel, let yourself go all the way back to your rib cage. Now, if you found that your barrel was too close and it's sliding away from behind you, you can always wiggle your hips a little forward. But if you find that everything was nice and stable, just keep the barrel there. We're gonna pull the abdominals in to pull back into the barrel. Reach your arms out from your shoulders. You're gonna press the arms back until you're on the top of that barrel with the top of your hand. Push down into the barrel to lift the belly in and up. Let the forehead reach down towards your shins. Find that nice C shape, and then lift the arms off the barrel to circle the arms around to your toes. And we pull into the barrel with the abdominals to sit up nice and tall. We do all of that again. Pull the fists into your chest, pull back into the barrel to go back, open the arms out to the side, reach them all the way wide, press into the barrel just one time to lift the belly, and then lift the hands off the barrel to circle them around towards your feet. Belly pulls in as you round over. Sitting up tall from the core, 2 more times. Arms press back. We press down into the barrel to lift. Try to keep that lift as the arms circle out and around to the feet. Sit up tall from the core. 1 more time. Pulling back with the belly, reaching out with the arms. We press down into the hump. Lift the arms off that hump. Try to keep the lift in the spine and that pulling in of the powerhouse as you reach forward. Flex your feet here for a moment. Hook on over your toes and just give yourself a nice little pull back with the abdominals. Again, just working that stretch. You can give yourself a little wiggle. I kind of like to move around a little bit in between the exercises. And we sit up nice and tall. Second one, we're rowing 4. I'm gonna bring the elbows up to shoulder height. Flex your feet this time so that you're reaching into your heels. Same thing as you would do on the reformer. We take it back. The only difference is now we have something to pull into. Hinge back, pulling into the barrel. Let yourself go over the barrel, rounding or arching the back here, and then lift from the elbows to come all the way back up and over the legs. Reach the arms long, push out to the sides. Try to get your hands on top of that barrel, tops of the hands press down just like they did before, and we lift the arms to circle around to the feet. Sitting up tall from the core. And again, pull back, go over the barrel a little bit, lift from the elbows to come over the legs, round, arms circle around to the side, push down into the barrel, lift the arms up from the shoulders to go around to the feet. 1 more time. We lean it back over that barrel. Take your elbows up to the ceiling to go over the legs, stretching that spine, circle the arms out and around, push down into the barrel, lifting the arms, taking them over the legs, take them over your toes, pull the abdominals back and in. Just let the head hang easy here. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale all the way out. Really nice. All right, Moving on, we're gonna take our barrel even further back behind us. You can move your sticky pad out the way for this one. So make sure it's all the way back on your mat. Lay down onto your mat so that your head is just in front of your barrel. And you can hold on to the handles of your barrel with your hands. Press into the barrel with your forearms, hugging it nice and tight. Now what we don't want is for the barrel to be compressing the head and the neck. So if you feel that pressure of the barrel on your head, if your arms are not long enough to reach the handles, you're just gonna press into the sides of the barrel here and not hold onto those handles. Otherwise, hug the barrel so it doesn't move. Let's go into a roll over. Take the legs up. We'll do a little bit of prep first. Just lift them up to 90 degrees and then lower them down. Squeeze that barrel so the torso stays stable. Lift them up to 90 degrees from the core and we lower down so that trying to keep the barrel nice and stable. On the next one, take the legs up over to the ceiling. Press your feet down into the barrel to lift the spine. Open the legs the width of the barrel. Give the barrel a really good squeeze and keep squeezing the barrel with the toes as you roll back down towards the floor. Try to keep that connection in your feet and the legs as you roll the spine all the way down from the core. Lower the legs. Go up and over. Push down into the barrel to lift up. Squeezing with the arms and squeezing with the feet. You're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. One more time in this direction. Legs come together. They go up and over. Press into the barrel. Open the legs. Squeeze the barrel for as long as you can as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Reverse that for me. Take the legs up and over. Hug the barrel with your feet. Press together on top of that barrel. Roll it down one vertebrae at a time. Two more. Open out and around. Squeeze your barrel. Place the feet on top, press down to find your core, and roll it down one more time. Keep squeezing that barrel with your forearms, pressing down with your feet to keep that lift in the core as you roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your knees into your chest, hands come behind your thighs, rock it up into a seated position. I should not have taken that sticky pad out so fast because we are going to come back into a seated position right in front of the barrel. Grab your weights one more time. Since we are here, let's go into a little arm series. Sit up, all the way up against your barrel, or maybe a little bit of space, just depends on how your spine likes it. You're gonna pull your chin to chest, look into your abdominals, and then slowly roll back one vertebrae at a time. Try to stretch the back of your neck over the barrel. So think about finding length as you go over and down. If you need to make any adjustments once you're there, you absolutely can. So if there's any discomfort in your throat or neck, adjust your hips. Pull your rib cage into the barrel, pull your lower abdominals in. Try to get as much connection as you can. Arms are gonna go up to the ceiling, or reach your knuckles up to the ceiling. Now I want you to think about punching the ceiling with your weights and your knuckles so that you feel that drawing in of the abdominals. Reach your arms back, keep that feeling in your center, and now pull even more into the barrel to bring the arms over your chest. Now I know that sometimes arms on the barrel is taught with long fingers. Today I'm gonna ask you, if you're not already doing so, to wrap your fingers around your weight and stretch your knuckles back over, back towards the space behind you, and then pull them in. Let's do 3 more. We're gonna add in a little reach at the back. Or reach the arms back, or reach a little further for 1, for 2, for 3, and pull in from the core to come back over your shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale the arms back, reach for 1, for 2, for 3, pull all the way in, up over your shoulder. Feel those muscles of your back working. Last time. Inhale, reach. Keep inhaling, reach more and more. Pull up to the ceiling with your knuckles to bring the arms over your shoulders. Single arm. Left arm goes forward, right arm reaches back. Try to connect your whole back into that barrel. Both shoulder blades are on the barrel this time. Now pull into the barrel to bring your arms back to 90, and then switch over onto the other side. And again, knuckles are long to the ceiling, shoulder blades are pulling into that barrel. Reach long, stretch into your toes the whole time. Now check in with your lower back. back for me, everyone. Making sure that your lower back is not arching as you switch arms. You want to make sure you're pulling everything in towards the barrel. The ribs are pulling in. The head is gently pressing into the barrel. You feel your lower abdominals pulling towards that barrel as well. Give me 2 more. Reaching one arm back. How are your shoulder blades doing? Are they still connected into that barrel, or are they working off the barrel? Arms come back to 90. Let's go into some circles. Let's make teeny tiny circles up to the ceiling first. Shoulder blades into the barrel, teeny circles. 1, just 3, 2, and 3, and we reverse it. 1 and 2. Again, working from the back. And let's increase the size of that circle. Reach back. Try to keep the weight in the periphery of your view. So we never let that weight fall too far back, too far forward, or too far out to the side. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, circle around to bring them forward and up again. Inhale to reach back. Keep your wrists nice and long. Keep your knuckles long. Keep your pinky finger pressing into that weight. And one more time in this direction, we circle back, around, and in. And we reverse that. We bring the arms forward, take the arms out around to the side. Now pull in with your abdominals to bring the arms back up. 4 more times. Inhale, take it around. Exhale, pull up to bring the arms in. And 3, inhale, take it around, big circle, and pull to the ceiling. Here's 4. Working from the back, making sure your core is involved in this whole exercise. Try to find a little bit more reach, but again, never losing the weight out of sight as you go back. And we're going to take the arms into a little barrel shape as if you were hugging a tree. I want you to imagine that that tree has a little branch that's sticking into your ribs, and you have to pull your ribs in and away from that tree as you open your arms and close your arms. Now when you open the arms, go a little further with your elbows than you thought you should. Try to find that connection into your back. We open out to the side and we hug the knuckles back together. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling, hug the knuckles together. 1 more time. Inhale and hug the knuckles. So knuckles touch at the top. Keep your knuckles touching, just a light touch, doesn't have to be anything hard. Press your elbows slightly outward so that they're lifting towards your ears, and then take your hands behind your forehead. It doesn't have to be very far, just go as far as you have range of motion. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, take the arms back, keep your ribs in, and bring them over the face and chest. 1 more time. Inhale, pull from the back body to bring the arms behind you, and then reach up and over the chest, using that core, using your back. Let's go into hugs to finish. We open out, keep that same barrel shape, and we cross our arms, cross our elbows, bring the weights over. Just let them kind of hang into your shoulder for a second, and then walk your fingertips into your shoulder blades. You can give yourself like a baby little rock side to side here. You really want to get that stretch in your back. And then reset in the center. Pull your rib cage in, pull your lower abdominals in to open the arms back out, opening nice and wide, and then bring everything together. Cross at the elbows. Let the weights drop in towards your shoulder and just pull. So pull your elbows down into your chest. See what that does in your upper back. We really want to create as much space in the upper back as you can. Again, we pull into the barrel, reset, open the arms out, and we cross over. We only have 2 more of those hugs left. Crossing over, just wrapping those arms around. Walk your fingertips as you can. Pull your elbows down into your chest. 1 more time, opening the arms out and crossing over, elbows cross. Make sure you're still breathing here. Make sure you're still hugging those ribs in. All right, we've been here for a little minute. We're going to take the hands behind the head, fingertips behind your ears, and with the hands, slowly curl your head up and off that barrel so that you're looking at your feet. Once you're looking at your feet, you can reach the arms out. We do a little counter stretch here. You pull your hips back into the barrel, hands over your toes. Really stretch your back in the opposite direction. Maybe you do give yourself a little wiggle side to side here. And deep breath in, exhale all the way out. All right, let's move on. We're gonna go into the leg series straight away. You should have enough space now on the front or this front end of your mat to be able to lay down. Otherwise, you adjust the barrel. Again, you can keep your sticky under the barrel or kind of move it to the side once the legs are on. But we come to sit. And we're gonna go all the way back. Let me shift my mat a little bit so I stay in view. Pull your abdominals in to let your shoulder blades come to the floor. Legs go up to the ceiling for a moment. Now I want you to really stretch your toes up as if you're trying to touch the ceiling. And the more you stretch up, the more your abdominals should be pulling into that barrel. Squeeze the barrel with your elbows. And slowly, one leg at a time, right leg pulls in towards the face, left leg stretches away from you. Think about pressing down into the barrel with the back of your upper thigh. Now pull in with your abdominals to switch the legs. Each time you switch the legs, I want you to think about bringing the legs up to the ceiling and then crossing over into that switch. Try to keep your inner thighs close. Try to swipe your heels every time you switch. And really focus on that top leg pulling towards you as much as possible. I always find that the more we focus on the top leg or the leg that's closer to the face, the more stretch we get across the pelvis and the more that front leg has to work. Reach nice and long. Really find that stretch in the back of your hamstring and stretch. 4 more. 1 and 2 and 3. Here's 4. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Toes are turned out. Heels are pressing together. Bend your knees 3 times. Press up to the ceiling. Pull the belly in. And 2. Press up. Notice if you have one leg that is kind of working a little bit less and giving into gravity as you bend your knees. Now lower the legs down at an angle. Really stretch as far as you can without feeling your lower back. Bend your knees. Stretch the legs away. Try to keep your toes the same distance apart when you bend and stretch. So if you notice your toes collapsing towards each other, work a little harder to keep that turn out. Really stretch out of your glutes and those upper thighs into the legs. Last 2. Press the heels together to bend. Here's 1 more full round. Pull into the barrel as you pull your heels in and reach the legs nice and long, nice and forward. You're going to bring one leg down to the lip of that barrel. Try to press your heel into it. Feel that stretch across the top of your hip. Keep squeezing with your arms. Lower the other leg down as far as you can go and lift up to the ceiling. Lower and bring it up. Now, I have really tight hips and I already know that my grounded leg is trying to turn out. So I am trying my best to keep it parallel. Last 2, reach long. Bring it in. 1 more. Reach, stretch across that hip. Bring it in. Change sides. That foot drops down to the barrel. Opposite leg goes up to the ceiling. Engage your glute in that grounded leg. Here we go. Reach and pull up. And reach and pull up. Good. Press down with your grounded heel. Check in to see if that foot is turning out. Now check in with your elbows as well. Are they still squeezing that barrel? It gives you a little bit of stability to keep that little squeeze in. Last 2, reach and lift. Last 1, reach and lift. Both legs go back up. We finish with a bicycle. Bring your right heel down to the barrel and switch and stretch away. And every time you bring your heel in, try to come to the barrel, maybe just the lip, maybe all the way into the hump. Really reach into the legs. Nice. Pull the rib cage in. Keep that squeeze on the barrel. My left leg is not behaving today. And we reverse it other way. 1 of 8. 2, 3, 4. I lied. We are going to do helicopter to finish because it is my favorite thing to do in that leg series. Last 2. Last 1. Reach both legs up to the ceiling. We're going to split the legs into a V. Open them nice and wide so you feel that stretch across your inner thighs. And circle around. Bring it back into a V. Close your V at the top. The leg that came up last is going to lead the next round. We stretch. We open. Find your V. Close. And again. Open. Whew. Give me 3.5 more. So we're halfway through. That's 3rd round. We have 2 more full rounds. Pull that top leg in. Try to keep your hips nice and balanced on that barrel. So notice if you have one hip that's flying up as you make your helicopter. Last 1. Stretch. Circle around. Bring it all the way in. Bend your knees. Hug that barrel super tight here. Bring your knees over to your right shoulder, circle them around in your U shape. Try to touch the barrel with your toes as you circle around to the left. Pull the hips in and reverse. Circle around, touch the lip of the barrel with your toes. Bring the knees all the way over. Maybe you lift the hips just a little bit. One more time. Take it all the way across. This is one of my favorite parts. I really love how it opens up the front of my hips. And we bring the knees back into center from there. Use your hands to push the barrel away from you. Let your hips come all the way down. We're going to take a moment here just because the hips were that high for a little while. Arms out into a T and just go side to side with your knees. If you have been teaching all morning, this is like a little rest break, right? Deep breath in, close your eyes if you can. Exhale, let gravity take over your body for just a moment. And again, inhale. And really try not to resist gravity. Feel all the tension leave your shoulders. Feel all that tension leave your rib cage, your belly. Let your hips soften. Let your quads soften. And you can give yourself a little shake again with those knees. Just a little shimmy side to side. Nice. Slide it back or sit it up, however works best for you. And we're going to come all the way up to standing. Shift that barrel if you need to. I feel like I need to bring it back into my mat. You're going to grab your weights one last time and come to a kneeling position on your barrel. Yeah. So come to kneel on that barrel. And we're just going to finish with a little chest expansion. So let's do a little thigh stretch first, and then we do a little chest expansion. So you're going to come a little bit more forward than you thought you should. So you're really balancing on the top of that barrel. And you have your shoelaces on the lip of that barrel. So kind of have to start working from the core to not go too far forward and fall off. We're going to bring the arms up into the periphery of your view. I know I'm kind of out of sight here in this zoom, but reach up to the ceiling and squeeze your glutes a little bit so that the front of the hip opens up. Now, as you lean back, try to keep your kneecaps stretching forward over the front of that barrel. Press the toes down over that back edge and then push down into the back edge. Lift from your glutes to come all the way up. And again, inhale, lengthen back, arms stretch forward, the feet press down, go as far as you can, and lift all the way up. Try to keep your kneecaps or that space just above your kneecaps pushing forward as you lengthen back and bring it all the way up. One more time, strong glutes here, engaged core, fingertips reach forward, and we press down with the feet to come up. Slide back just a touch. You're gonna hook your toes on underneath the edge of that, right on the edge of the barrel, and really pull with your toes on the back edge of the barrel. Can you lean just a little forward? It's almost like you're looking over that front edge of the barrel like it's the front of a cliff. Arms go out in front of you. You should feel your glutes engage when you just make that little lean forward. Pull up through the core. Press the arms back for your chest expansion. Actually, let me do that again. I feel like I'm talking so much, I'm losing half of the exercise. Inhale, press the arms back. And we take the gaze over the right shoulder, gaze over the left, center, and exhale back forward. And again, inhale, expand your lungs. Take your gaze over to the left this time. Take it over to the right. Can you lean just a little bit more forward? And exhale, bring the arms in. One more time each way. Press back. Look over your right. Look over the left. Center. Arms reach forward, core is in. The further forward you take your arms, the more challenging this gets. Inhale the arms back, look over the left, look over the right. Can we lift the arms all the way to the ceiling without falling off or shifting? And then bring the arms down to the side. You can step it off. Awesome work today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got a little bit of sweat, a little bit of movement in.